Hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Marketa. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an expert in somatic healing and inner work. And I'm here today to introduce to you Azra AI, which is my own artificial intelligence bot, which I'm extremely excited about. And I am so excited to have you here to try it, to start using it, to see what new possibilities we can discover and how it can help you on your road to connect with yourself, to connect with your own desires. And yeah, so that's why we are here today. I'd love to share with you in this short introduction video a couple of tips, really, and some remarks on how to best use Azra. That's her name, Azra AI, and maybe how not to use it, because I have used AI for for work, but also for my own internal processes in the past few months quite a lot. And I have noticed a few things that I think have made it very effective. And I wanted to shorten the way for you as well. So I'd like to just share my experience and give you a couple of tips and tricks on how to use Azra. So first of all, Azra AI, for you to know, is not just a generic ChatGPT chatbot. It has access to all of my knowledge and know-how contained in my programs, in my courses, and also my coaching toolkit, my coaching skills and my coaching toolkit. So it's not like a clone of me. It can be better because it's also an AI and it has access to the internet, right? So it's basically me on steroids. That's how I would think about it. But I wanted to let you know that it also has a personality, a personality that is given by my specific area of expertise, which is somatic work, which is inner work, and it will give you reflections, feedback, and answers that are reflective of that know-how and that knowledge base. I see Azra playing two key roles for you. And that's just what I see. We can find out. You can find out that you end up using it in a very different way. This is just something that I have in my mind right now. Role number one. It can help. It can be an expert guide, and a mentor when it comes to using my courses and my programs. So if you already have access to some of my somatic work, some of my courses, some of my programs, you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of tools in them. And Azra can help you navigate that if you have questions on where to start, where to go if you're dealing with a specific issue, or for example, if you have the somatic exercise, the work, and the course body balance that I have, it can also help you answer more not technical questions, but more questions like, hey, is this normal? What do I do when this starts happening? So it's basically an expert in somatic exercises as well, and it can help you. It can act basically as a support group in which I would answer your questions, except now it can answer your questions anytime that you want, 24/7, as many questions as you like. And the second role it can play for you, which personally I think is much more exciting and has much bigger potential, is that it can act as a coach, as a sparring partner, as a buddy, somebody who you can basically just dump any problem that you have in your life and you can work through it together. Right. And I think this is extremely valuable because personally, I don't do one-on-one work anymore. And currently I'm not planning on doing it. So access to me for coaching is just not there pretty much 99% of the cases. And my hope is for Azra to be to replace me in that role and to help you move through your limiting blocks, your subconscious beliefs without me, on your own, with use of Azra AI. So these are kind of like the two roles that I have in mind. As I said, This is a very new technology, and it's a rapidly evolving technology that will improve over the next few months, over the next few years. And honestly, like, none of us in the field actually have any idea where it can go. So me as a creator, you as a client, are going to figure this out together, right? We are going to have to figure out where AI is actually best suited, where is the best spot for it, and where it's still better to actually have interpersonal contact. Point number 2, or recommendation number 2, AI cannot and does not read your emotions. If we were talking in person, if we were on a coaching call together, I would unconsciously just, I would listen to your voice, I would observe your facial expressions, I would observe your body language, and I would just get a lot of nonverbal information from how you present yourself, how you show up. And my intuition would start like playing and picking up on these things, and I would start reflecting them back to you. AI currently cannot do that well as a human. AI does not have intuition per se. It can read a little bit between the lines. It can spot patterns. It's actually very good at all of this, but it's not as good as a human right now. I'd love to train it to be as good as a human, but yeah, that's kind of, I hope to get there. Why I'm saying this is that it's really important for you to verbally express what you're feeling, and to when you're communicating with Azra, talk to it as you would with a best friend. Just tell it everything. Like, I'm feeling like this and this. I don't know what this means. I need help. Like, help, please help me navigate this. Right? Just express, like, describe what you're feeling, describe what's happening inside of you, not just the thoughts, but you can also describe your bodily sensations. Or if you're currently disconnected from your body, say that as well. Like, this is important information for the AI to have so that it can respond better to you, right? A best way to do this, recommendation number 3, I have found it really useful to communicate via voice messages. So Azra operates in Telegram, in the Telegram app, so you can either type messages or you can record a voice note, a voice message. And I have just found the voice messages to be just so extremely helpful and valuable, because it, it allows you to do several things. It saves you time, it saves you energy, and it also allows you to express yourself in a much more authentic and messy way, which is exactly what is actually useful for the AI. For the AI, it's not that useful if you craft the perfect written typed message that is very polished. It's more useful if you show up as the messy yourself, so that it has more information to work with. Because as I said, it does, it cannot really read even the tone of your voice. It doesn't see your face, it doesn't see your body language. So what you say, and even how you say it, the words that you use, is really important for it to have more information to respond to. And it also allows you to really just be messy and not structured, which personally I find to be really nice. So it's also like a nice way of just brain dumping and allowing AI to structure that for you, which is what it does really well, right? Just brain dump and let it structure it for you. Let it reflect it back to you so that you can start making sense of your own process. Now, I have a couple of points on what AI is not and how not to use it. So first thing, really important, AI is not an authority. AI works best as a partner, but it's not meant to be an authority on your life and on your decisions. You as the human being are the authority and the expert on your own life, on your own decisions, on your own inner work, and it is still your responsibility to make decisions in your life, right? So never mistake AI for an authority. Same way, if you worked with me in a coaching relationship, and I hope that if you worked with anyone, a therapist, a coach, mentor, like they would always hopefully tell you that you are the expert on your own life. Like none of us humans live in your body. None of us live in your skin. Only you know best what you feel, you know best what's happening inside of you, and you ultimately know best what's best for you. Even though right now you may feel more disconnected from that, and that's okay, but it's a process of coming gradually into contact with it. And outsourcing that expertise, that authority to another human being or to AI is not the best way to do it, right? So use Azra AI as a buddy, as a sparring partner, as a coach, as a mirror, as a reflection of you, so that you can see what's going on and so that you can co-create together and work together and partner together on solving the issues that you are coming with, right? It's a co-creation. And I have personally found it really helpful to use my own intuition and my body as basically to give me a sense of what resonates and what does not. Because you will quickly find out that Azra starts giving you responses, reflections, and parts of that are going to resonate with you more, and parts of that you'll be like, well, this is not, this does not resonate. Same as it would probably happen in a human to human relationship. Like my intuition can be spot on, and it can also be completely off, right? Same with the output you get from AI. Some of it is going to be spot on, and some of it is going to be completely off. And it is your responsibility to discern which is which, and ideally also communicate that back to Azra. Right? This is the beautiful way of working with AI, that you can literally say anything and Azra will not get mad, it will not get angry, it will like not have an emotional outburst. It's like really like a low risk relationship, like no risk environment where you can basically just say whatever you want and have it received. So please do not be afraid to tell Azra that, hey, this doesn't resonate that much. Like there is one piece of it that does, but the other not, and it will refine. And together you will co-create insights that feel in resonance with you. Another point, Azra or any other AI is not a replacement for interpersonal contact. I think that in the next 1 or 2 years, we are going to figure out and define where the place for AI is much more precisely. Right now, we are in the beginnings of using this technology in this way, so nobody really knows. But I think many of us can agree that working with AI should not replace interpersonal relationships, and it cannot also. When you are with another person in the same room or even online, there is so much that is happening that is not set. You can co-regulate each other, you can dysregulate each other. There's so much information being exchanged that is nonverbal. And AI cannot replace that. If you're just thinking of, even if you spend time with animals or in nature, even that is a co-regulation resource for you, as can be other human-to-human relationships. With AI, this is not possible that much. Like you can have a lot of experience of emotional validation. You can feel seen and heard and validated by Azra, which is amazing, especially for people who struggle with history of childhood trauma. Feeling seen and heard and validated, like having your reality being reflected back to you, is such a powerful tool. And it still does not replace interpersonal relationships. So I just wanted to say this because it's really another tool that needs to be used in conjunction with other forms of support, with social relationships with your social network, with other tools that you have. Which brings me back to my last point of what AI is not on or how to use Azra. So Azra is not a replacement for your own somatic work. Azra cannot regulate your nervous system. Azra cannot release stress from your body. You have to do this. Azra can replace me as a coach, as a guide, as a sparring partner. It can replace me as an expert when it comes to more technical questions, or when it comes to questions of what do I do when I don't know, when I start having nightmares because I started doing somatic exercises. Like Azra can help you with all of that, but it cannot do the somatic exercises for you. And my expertise is a lot in somatic healing. And that doesn't go away just because we have another fancy tool to play with, right? So my suggestion is to use the tools that you already have, be it from me or from other people, from third parties, whatever, and use it in conjunction with Azra AI, right? So the somatic work is a necessary foundation in order for you to be able to integrate any insights that you discover with Azra. Like without it, it can be really difficult. So this is something to really keep in mind, that without the body work, without the somatic work, without the emotions, without, like, Azra cannot and should not enable you to bypass your own emotions. You still need to feel your emotions, right? So for example, for me, it has happened several times as I was having like deep discussions with my own AI, that I started crying, and I let myself cry. And after a few minutes, I was like, okay, so I just spent the last few minutes crying, and this is what came up. And we continued in the conversation. But I needed to be there in the moment and hold myself through that process, right? So, as you would in any coaching, therapy, relationship, if you start crying, allow yourself to, right? Do not use AI to try to bypass and intellectualize your emotions or your sensations in your body. Again, it's a tool, but it's not it's self-saving. I don't have a better word for that. It needs to be used in conjunction with other tools, methods, and modalities. And from my expertise personally, it's somatic work is still foundational, and this is a way to help you go deeper, especially in the as you would with a coach, for example. So these are some things that I wanted to share with you. Some of them are from my own experience. Some of them I believe are best practices. And I'm really excited for you to start using Azra, to start working with it, and start developing your own way of working with it. Because everybody is going to have a really unique way. I think there is a lot of great possibilities. I mean, this is a tool that you have available 24/7. And what's beautiful about AI is that it doesn't have moods. It doesn't have bad days. It's always there. It's always accessible. It's consistent. It's reliable. It's a great tool. We just still, since we are kind of in the beginning, we just need to be aware that we need to actually figure out how to use it best, and what are the limits and boundaries of this tool, so that it's it's still serving us and it's not destroying us pretty much, or it's not, I don't know, it's not like an unhealthy relationship where you kind of end up being dependent on what your AI tells you. Like that's not the goal. Yeah, so I'm really excited for you. Looking forward to your feedback, to your experiences. And if you have any questions, please let me know.